I don't even know why we're here making this top 10 list. To make it really simple, it's Dino, 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 and of course, Dino. What's going on with you guys? TheCaliEffect, King of Games here, and I hope you guys are enjoying your holiday as well as going into the new year. I know there's a good amount of people readying their New Year's resolution. If I were to pick one myself, it would have to be reach 100,000 subscribers and of course, improve the quality of this channel. I'm always looking for a way to improve my channel, whether it's visually, conceptually, or even communicating with you guys. It's the reason why we have such an awesome Discord community. So of course, I want you to post down below in the comment section, what is your New Year's resolution? Is it going to be to top a high level event next year? Or is it to be able to destroy the like button on every single one of my videos next year? That's a good goal. These strategies have proven themselves throughout the years that these are some of the most dominant Yu-Gi-Oh decks of all time. But to add a little spice to this, I'm going to be rating these decks on what they previously did during their time, as well as how good they would be in today's meta. I think it would be pretty cool to judge and see how powerful these decks would be right now. So of course, if you want to see more TheCaliEffect content, to be sure to destroy that subscribe button, but also make sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. So without further ado, let's jump on in. So the first strategy I want to talk about, well, you might just have to tell your dad about this particular strategy. That's just how old it is in Yu-Gi-Oh! God, I gotta stop with this. The Teledad strategy is a dark synchro-based strategy built on summoning powerful monsters like Dark Arm Dragon to your side of the field. Dark Arm Dragon's induction from the Phantom Darkness set was met by positive reviews and criticism, especially saying that Dark Arm Dragon was a rare in the OCG and was bumped up to secret rare, making it a $200+ secret rare that you need at least 3 copies of. Yeah, this was actually before Teledad. There was a Return Dad deck that people forgot about. That one was really good too. After the induction of Synchros in Dark Arm Dragon's semi-limitation, the deck heavily relied on Synchro monsters like Colossal Fighter and Goyo Guardian, as well as the new main character's Ace monster in Stardust Dragon to be able to pummel your opponent in submission, if not OTK them on the spot. Teleport Dark Arm is easily one of the most dominant decks for an era, but in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Teleport Dark Arm wouldn't hold up too well. Now granted, there are way more Synchros in the Yu-Gi-Oh! Card game and even new concepts such as Links. I just don't feel that summoning a Dark Arm Dragon is as powerful as it is now as it was before. I'm not saying that the deck would be bad, but if we had to give it a scale, it'd easily be a 7.5 out of 10. Still really respectable in today's Yu-Gi-Oh! Just not as dominant as it was in previous formats. The next strategy is the first strategy to make blue cards good. No, it's not Spyro. There's like blue cards before Links, guys. The Necros strategy easily makes this top list, mainly because Necros were just that good. They follow a similar theme from the Teledad strategy. They have a lot of searchers through Necros or Brionic, as well as Necros or Colossus, allowing you to search ritual monsters or ritual spell cards with ease, but those cards can also be searched through Reinforcement of the Army and Manju of 10,000 Hands. No wonder why Reinforcement of the Army was limited. I think that Reinforcement is going to play a huge part in every single one of these decks. Maybe not, but still, it's there. Now, Necros' signature card had to be Necros and Trishula. It's literally Trishula in ritual form. Being able to ritual summon this card to your side of the field allowed you to banish a card from your opponent's hand, field, and graveyard. And to make matters worse, the Necros strategies just completely ignored the concept of ritual summoning. Necros of Shriek can be used for the entire ritual summon of any of your Necros monsters. The Necros strategy also had the Jin Lock, which completely prevented your opponent from special summoning. Necros can easily go down as one of the most dominant decks in Yu-Gi-Oh! Now, unfortunately, this turn of the century has not been too kind for Necros. They're gonna get a 7.5 out of 10 as well. Mainly it's because Necros pretty much has every single card that they put on the forbidden list, off the forbidden list, and unfortunately still aren't competitive. One would argue that the Genlock would bring Necros back into competitive relevancy, but if Necros of Unicorn couldn't, and Preparation of Rites couldn't, the strategy that everyone loves, they fear as the most dominant strategy in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is Dragon Rulers. Now, the Dragon Ruler monsters are a series of dragon monsters based off of the elemental attributes, Earth, Wind, Fire, and Water. There was even an Avatar Dragon Ruler, but when the world needed the most, he vanished. Now, the reason why this strategy was just so good is because not only could the Dragon Ruler monsters summon themselves from the hand, they can also summon themselves from the graveyard by banishing dragon or monsters with their same attribute. The Dragon Ruler monsters also had baby versions of themselves that if you discarded them and the corresponding attribute or a dragon monster, you can summon a Dragon Ruler monster from your deck. Now, the main theme of this deck was to summon Mecha Phantom Beast Draco Sack. This card could not be destroyed by battle or card effects and provided 2 tokens to your side of the field that you contribute to destroy cards on your opponent's side of the field. And just so you weren't stuck on a stalemate, when you see your opponent make Draco Sack, you can number 11 Big Eye them to take their Draco Sack. There has literally been a match where I've seen a Big Eye take a Big Eye to Big Eye, take a Big Eye to Big Eye, take a Draco Sack. It's ridiculous. Dragon Ruler is ridiculous. Now, there were 2 cards that put Dragon Rulers over the top. Those 2 cards have to be Super Rejuvenation and Vanity's Emptiness. Now, Vanity's Emptiness is pretty obvious. Teledad had Royal Oppression, Necros had the Genlock, Vanity's Emptiness kind of follows suit. You would wonder, why would Konami keep printing the same Yu-Gi-Oh card just for it to get banned? Now, Super Rejuvenation is a little different from the other strategies what we've seen. What Super Rejuvenation does is allow you to win the game by, Super Rejuvenation literally turned all of Dragon Ruler's disadvantages into an advantage. In order to summon Dragon Rulers, you'd have to lose a decent amount of hand size, and Super Rejuvenation kind of replenished that. Now, if we were to measure Dragon Rulers today, I think that they would do better than Teleport, Darkroom, and Necros, but I don't think that much better. I would have to give it an 8 out of 10, mainly because the Dragon Rulers are still pretty outdated. Now, Zodiac is a deck that transcends Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, seriously, it transcends Yu-Gi-Oh! The basics of Zodiac is to normal summon a Zodiac monster, and then you have complete access of your extra deck. The Zodiac strategy had some fierce monsters like Zodiac Broadbull, which allowed you to add any Beast Warrior from your deck to your hand, and Zodiac Dryden, which allowed you to destroy a card during either player's turn. The general sense of Zodiac was to normal summon your Zodiac monster, make a disruption through that, set some back row, and you're good. But if I were to say that was the only thing Zodiac can do, I would be completely lying. Zodiac is the reason why Elder Entity Norden was banned, mainly because Zodiac could fusion summon it. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, through looping Luna Light, Black Sheep, Diagusto Emerald, and some Zodiac monsters, you can continuously summon Elder Entity Norden, draw cards, and now you have a mega setup. It's really easy to decide what exactly was the power card for Zodiac. It's definitely Zodiac Broadbull. It searched everything that you need and kept you in the game. Now, Zodiac's at full power right now would have to be a 10 out of 10. There's no debating it. Reason being is that Zodiacs don't have Broadbull, have Dryden limited to 1, and they're still very competitive now. Not to mention that Zodiac Outlich is ridiculous right now. Zodiac can mix with so many different strategies. It's probably for the best that we only have Dryden and no other cards off the list. Now, if I didn't mention this strategy, people would complain in the comment section that it's snubbed. Unfortunately, there is going to be quite the few strategies that are going to be snubbed, but if this one was, I'm pretty sure the situation would spiral out of control. That's right, the Spyro strategy definitely makes this list, and it's funny because when Spirals first came out, no one paid attention to them, and then Lynx came out and everybody wanted a piece of them. Now, the Spyro strategy is a little interesting, and it seems bad at first. Basically, the premise of the deck is guessing what exactly is the top card of your opponent's deck, monster, spell, or trap, to be able to gain free special summons and abuse those monsters to make some pretty cool boards. Now, if there was ever a contest to describe a deck really bad, that was definitely it, because you had cards like Spyro Drones, which allowed you to look at your opponent's top cards, and Spyro Quick Fix, which could keep summoning itself back to the side of the field to search free Spyro cards to summon. I think if we ever had to say a deck used the extra link mechanic in Firewall Dragon the best, it would easily go to Spyro. This deck can make some really crazy boards, but preventing your opponent from special summoning monsters from the extra deck was, yeah, that was a thing. Keep in mind, this was in Master Rule 4 when you couldn't special summon monsters from the extra deck unless they pointed to a link arrow, so you locking your opponent was just as powerful as activating a Vanity's Emptiness or a Royal Oppression or a Jin. I think I see where we're going here with this type of list. If I were to give Spyros a number, it would have to be another 10 out of 10. I think people may have forget that we just had a format where Spyro kind of came back into the meta. Who am I kidding? It dominated the meta. It did extremely well. Now, I did have 10 strategies on this, but that's gonna be way too much to make a video. I'm gonna talk about one last strategy because I think it'll surprise you. Some players don't see this as a GOAT deck, but it really is a GOAT deck. Skystriker definitely deserves to be in the list of the greats. The Skystriker strategy is like Zodiac, except with links. What you do is you normal summon your Skystriker Ace Ray, and then when you use that card for a link summon, you can make a myriad of Skystriker monsters, typically your Skystriker Gagari or Shizuku, because they allow you to gain advantage. But easily, one of the deck's best cards was Skystriker Mobilize Engage. This card was not only a reinforcement of the army, it was an upstart goblin. That wasn't a once per turn, it just existed. The Skystriker strategy shows similar properties of Zodiac because you can splash it in just about anything. You wanted to make Goki Skystrikers? I mean, yeah, if you like drawing cards, sure, why not? Trickstar Skystriker was also a really powerful deck. Pure Skystrikers was dominant. But the cool thing about Skystrikers is that it just keeps getting more powerful every time another Link monster comes out. Now, Skystriker is easily another strategy that you have to give 10 out of 10. I think if you bring all of the cards off of the list for Skystriker, that's going to be Hornet Drones, Mobilize, Engage, as well as Multi-Roll. This deck is a complete terror. Well, that is all for the top Yu-Gi-Oh decks of all time. I know that I snubbed quite a few strategies on this list. Burning Abyss, Performapal, Spellbook, Lightsworn, all of those were on my list, but unfortunately this video would go on forever if I were to mention them. And of course, if you guys want to see some of these decks in action, I might have a video cooking up for you guys that you might like, and go ahead and destroy that like button and post down below in the comment section. As always, I hope you guys are enjoying these videos, and be sure to check out those for some more awesome TheCaliEffect content. I'll catch you on the next one.